in the latest.
She is a her and JT. All these. What don't y'all understand?
Yeah, to be on payroll.
How many ways do I have to say it? These is wild. They pay big.
Jaguar Wright is not holding back, and this time she's coming for Young Miami, with allegations so explosive they make your head spin. According to Jaguar, Young Miami wasn't just some random fling of Diddy's. She was allegedly on his payroll, collecting a whopping $25,000 a month. And no, it wasn't for rapping or hosting shows. Jaguar says Young Miami was paid to organize Freakoff's recruit girls and even family members to entertain Diddy and his guests with some of the most sickening behavior imaginable. According to court documents, including the $30 million lawsuit filed by Diddy's former producer, Lil Rod, Young Miami played a huge role in helping Diddy execute some of the twisted events he was known for behind closed doors.
To do damage and procure victims. They're sex traffickers, and all of these bitches is worth $250,000 a month.
Lil Rod says he was invited to Diddy's Thanksgiving all-white party under the guise of working on music. But once he got there, he was drugged and sexually assaulted. He claims Young Miami's cousin entered the bathroom while he was under the influence, performed oral sex on him without his consent, and later tried to straddle and sleep with him right in front of Diddy. And Young Miami? She wasn't just an innocent bystander. According to Lil Rod's legal team, she was actively coordinating these assaults along with Diddy. But it gets even darker. Jaguar exposed how Diddy kept an entire payroll system just to fund his Freakoff empire. Robin Greenhill, one of Diddy's associates, allegedly handled the wire transfers, while people like Brendan Paul KK and Moy Bound ensured the money made its way to the sex workers and accomplices.
Make sure that the involuntarily stays hard while you're numbing your self with the. Now see, the ketamine, that's a horse tranquilizer, so that relaxes all your muscles. You can get by 80-ton gorillas.
And yes, Young Miami was allegedly one of them. Jaguar says this wasn't just a one-off gig. This was a full-blown operation with structure management and logistics. Young Miami Jade and Daphne Joy were all allegedly paid monthly via wire transfers to keep the Freakoffs alive. But what made Young Miami special? According to Jaguar, it wasn't just that she was willing to do anything for the bag, it was that she was fearless, reckless, and even enthusiastic about it. Jaguar says, unlike some of the other women who were traumatized by what happened, Young Miami embraced the lifestyle. She wasn't just a participant, she was a supplier. She allegedly flew in private jets to deliver the infamous pink drug cocktail that kept the Freakoff attendees going all night.
Like the Tusi.
Yeah, the Tusi, that's what they call it.
I found out, I talked to my guy. Because I wanted to be informed, because people was calling it Tusi, that's calling it the Tunchi. I didn't know which one it was, so I talked to my...
What's in the pink? According to Jaguar, it's a mix of ketamine, coke, Viagra, and God knows what else. It numbs your body, keeps you high, and ensures you stay hard enough to perform for hours. Jaguar claims that without the pink, there would be no Freakoffs, and Young Miami was Diddy's #1 supplier. She was allegedly flying across states delivering this drug cocktail, and Diddy was paying extra to ensure airport security didn't search her. Now you might be wondering, how does a rapper get involved in something so dangerous? Well, Jaguar says it's all part of the game. She even claims that back in the day, gay rave parties had a similar setup with Viagra, Special K, and X. But Diddy's parties took things to a new level by combining all of it into one deadly mixture. They called it Tootsie or Tootsie, depending on who you ask.
But they take the ketamine and cook it up. And they fold it into the... Now, if you don't know what ketamine is,
it's pink because they added food coloring to it, and according to Jaguar, this drug is what gave these parties their reputation for being totally unhinged. Jaguar explained that ketamine is a horse tranquilizer that relaxes your muscles, while coke keeps you awake but limp. That's why they needed Viagra in the mix, to make sure you stay hard even while you're completely numb. She said people at these parties could get by 80-ton gorillas and not feel a thing. They were numb-wired and ready to perform for hours. And if that's not disturbing enough, Jaguar said this wasn't just Diddy's thing. These Freakoff parties were a norm in the industry, hosted by other powerful figures almost every night in various locations. She claimed Cassie was told to hire male escorts for Diddy. and help organize similar events. Jaguar also recalled how she was the first person to question why Diddy was giving Miami $500,000 a month if she wasn't selling her soul for it. But perhaps the most chilling part is how young Miami herself reacted to all of this.
I grew up at the Special K. And now see, the keep you up all night, but unfortunately it gives you limp noodle because of what the blood flow is. So
she once proudly admitted on her talk show, Carisha Please, that she loved golden showers. She literally said she liked when a guy pees on her and even encouraged others to try it. This was the same thing Cassie revealed in court that Diddy forced her to do and hated, but Miami, she was smiling about it. When asked if she liked golden showers, she gleefully replied, "I do," and said it made her feel good. Even Saucy Santana looked shocked during that interview. But Jaguar says the show's title, Carisha Please, is no coincidence. According to her, it's a phrase the victims at the Freakoff parties would yell when being tortured by Diddy in Miami. It was their desperate cry for mercy. And young Miami even confirmed this power dynamic during a Twitter beef with Diddy's other side chick.
So you want to fuck with a half-hard all night. So that's why you had the Viagra, to make sure that the involuntarily stays hard while you're numbing yourself with the. Now see, that's a horse tranquilizer, so that relaxes all your muscles.
Now let's get into the rest of the mess, because part 2 takes us even deeper into the twisted world Jaguar Wright says young Miami chose to be part of. This isn't just about freak-off parties or drug cocktails anymore. We're talking about a whole ecosystem of abuse, money laundering, and criminal behavior that Jaguar alleges goes straight to the top of the industry. And at the center of it all, young Miami smiling, flexing, and throwing shade while her name keeps getting dragged into lawsuit after lawsuit. Jaguar went all the way in during her live, exposing how these freak-offs have been normalized in Hollywood circles. She said this is not some rare, isolated incident. These parties are happening almost every other night, hosted by people you see on your TV every day. Jaguar made it very clear that young Miami isn't some victim who got dragged into something by accident. According to her, Miami knew exactly what she was doing and enjoyed it. She said the only difference between young Miami and someone like Cassie is that Cassie hated what she was being forced to do, while Miami took pride in it. Jaguar even says young Miami turned into a sadist and that she loved the power Diddy gave her to hurt people. She said Miami liked hearing people beg for mercy. The phrase Carisha Please wasn't just a clever talk show name. Jaguar claims it's what people screamed when they were getting tortured by her and Diddy. And Jaguar says she recognizes a punisher when she sees one because she used to be one. According to her, young Miami fits the role perfectly. She's not just going along with it, she's in charge of it. And this isn't just Jaguar talking out of pocket either. There are real allegations being made in real lawsuits that line up with everything Jaguar has said for years. Lil Rod's case specifically names young Miami as someone who helped facilitate his assault. And now that more people are paying attention to what's going on, Jaguar's words are hitting harder than ever. Remember the pink? That dangerous drug cocktail mixed with ketamine, Viagra, coke, and food coloring? Jaguar says young Miami wasn't just delivering it, she was customizing it. She says Miami knew exactly how much of each substance to mix together to keep people high, numb, and functional for Diddy's parties. And she didn't just bring it to Diddy, she allegedly transported it to other industry parties too. Jaguar says that's why Diddy paid her extra and even made sure she wasn't searched at airports. She was moving like a cartel boss with an escort budget. And let's talk about what this means. If these allegations are true, then young Miami wasn't just an accessory. She was a distributor of illegal drugs and a recruiter for what many are now calling a sex trafficking ring. And this wasn't some one-time thing. Jaguar says Miami did this for years and helped Diddy keep his freak-off machine running smoothly. And even though Diddy recently got off his RICO charges, that doesn't mean he's in the clear. There are still multiple civil cases open, and the feds are still reportedly investigating his entire network.
It's gonna stay hard. You numbed up and you high. You got the in you so you don't feel. And then you add that to put in the feeling that you've now blocked out, and now you got a party.
Freakoff cocktail.
And if young Miami is part of that network, she could be next. People are already questioning why someone who had a front row seat to all this horror would hop online and celebrate Diddy's legal win. When the news broke, she posted a Justin Bieber video doing a clock it gesture, basically laughing in everyone's face. That same Bieber who's also been linked to Diddy in some extremely questionable ways. It was a bad look and people didn't let it slide. The backlash was swift and brutal. One person tweeted, "Using Justin Bieber image don't sit right with me after all the things I've heard about him concerning Diddy. This a sick SSA world." Others pointed out that Miami has always seemed disconnected from reality. They say she can't rap, can't act, and only got famous because of her looks and who she was dating, but Jaguar says that image is intentional. That's the mask. The real Qureisha is smart, calculating, and cold. She's been moving in silence while projecting ignorance, and it's worked for a while, but the cracks are starting to show. Her tweets, her interviews, and her choices are painting a picture that lines up too well with the accusations. Remember her brag about golden showers on her show? That wasn't just a joke. Cassie testified in court that Diddy forced her to endure those very acts, and she was traumatized by it. But young Miami? She laughed about it on national TV. Jaguar says this is why she's dangerous. She normalizes abuse, turns it into a flex, and then shames anyone who speaks out. It's psychological warfare disguised as celebrity culture. And it's not just Jaguar sounding the alarm. Other insiders are speaking out. Some say they saw Miami at parties with minors. Others claim she helped organize entire events that were really just cover-ups for criminal activity. And now that lawsuits are starting to pile up and more names are being mentioned, it's only a MA.
In there, and they say that some of the dealers add the C in there. Now the Viagra, you still got to take that solo. But with the Tepsi, you got all of that.